Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Bruce here, traveling with Bruce. Welcome to part 11, around the world in 90 days. I'll tell you, Singapore is where we're at. This is the last video I've made about my visit to Singapore, and if you caught my last video, you saw this little clip right here. This is the gardens that have been specially built and designed here in Singapore. I want you to understand something. You're looking at all those trees and all that vegetation. This is all fake. It's real. I mean, they're alive. You know, those trees are there, but all the land that you're looking at this thing is it's all man-made land. It's all reclaimed from the sea. All the plants are planted by human beings and maintained as such. So this is not the rainforest just outside of Singapore. This is created by mankind. It's beautiful. I'm not complaining, but I'm just giving you the heads up that a lot of what you see in Singapore is man-made, not natural, and it reminds me personally of being in Universal Studios or Disneyland or Disney World in Orlando. Now, look, I've had people from Singapore comment on my videos, and they're not happy about how I'm depicting the city in some ways. They do the best they can with what they have, and they do have some incredible architectural designs of a number of these buildings here. But the city has strict rules on chewing gum and disposing of cigarettes for good reason. But everything you are looking at here is now manufactured by man. The waterway is natural, but not the banks and the shores. It's all, done with cement and bricks and what have you. The buildings are incredible. They're beautiful. I'm sure that inside these buildings, they are spectacular. Families live here. Workers live here. Retirees live here. And a lot of people come to visit the city and the nation. And it's worth a visit. I haven't got a problem with that. But you are not looking at a city that is, 1,000 years old, 2,000 years old, and is evolving. Not like London, England, or anything like that. You're looking at a South Asian powerhouse, economic powerhouse, that is flexing its muscles and has the capital to build itself out like it has. Another reality is that hundreds of thousands of people travel to Singapore on a regular basis to come to work from Malaysia. And the reality is that Singapore itself is a very expensive place to live in, highly costly. It doesn't have a lot of outdoor areas like a country would. Of course, Malaysia next door has a lot more room to roam. And so a lot of folks from countries like Malaysia, Indonesia, and around the world come here, get work permits, and either work in very low-paying jobs or low-skill jobs, and or come to Singapore to work in very high-paying skill jobs. And it's those folks that can live in places like this. These kinds of unique condos and apartment buildings are expensive to rent. You need a special permit from the government to be in the country legally, and these landlords are not just going to rent to anyone. You have to qualify to be here. And so I say kudos for Singapore and the residents of Singapore who live here and work here and raise a family here, or those who come here for a few years as an expat, work for 2, 4, 10 years, make a few bucks and move on. This entire place is being built, maintained, and expanded by labor from outside the area. And that's the only way you're going to do it, because this city is ultra modern. It has a phenomenal metro system, incredible shopping opportunities, restaurants everywhere, and a lot of things for tourists to enjoy. But it's not a cheap place to enjoy it, and that's just a fact. If you live an hour away in Malaysia, it's a lot cheaper, and a lot of people who make a lot of money here in Singapore choose to live in Malaysia instead, in a much lower cost environment, and make Singaporean dollars and spend them elsewhere. Again, however it works for you, it works for you. So This is just a little peek at some of the, let's say, neighborhoods around my hotel where the locals, a certain segment of the locals live. Now, the day came for me to head out and move on to my next destination, which is Dubai. And I arrived at the Singapore International Airport. This is one of the world's, if not the #1 airport of the world, as far as satisfaction goes, and things to do, and things to see. And I tried to take some video here of this airport from various angles and various places. And I'm just using my iPhone, so forgive me the poor quality that you're looking at. I'm not a professional photographer, and I'm not going to give you an artificial, slickly produced version of this airport. I'm going to show you what I saw from wherever I was standing at any one time to give you a sense of what this place looks like. And when I saw this, I was very impressed, and I'd heard all about it. The waterfall, where the water drops, gosh, I don't know if it's 10 stories, 15 stories. It's impressive. And yes, there is a metro train system running right through it, with passengers going from one terminal to another. Music plays in the background when you're here, although the water sort of drowns out most of the music, I have to say. People are taking photographs, selfies, videos. I'm sure a ton of YouTubers have been here over the years. And that's the only reason I know about this place, is because of YouTube and other YouTubers having been here making phenomenal videos about this incredible man-made structure. I saw those waterfalls back there coming down, and I thought, well, I'll zoom in on that between the water mist and all that going on. And the water trickles down story after story after story, all the way down towards the bottom again. Just an incredible engineering feat that has been put together here by people hired by the airport authority to create a really unique attraction. And this is free to come to. You can walk in here and go up the different stairs and different angles, and there's no charge to come and enjoy this really amazing area. I came here with just my carry-on. I had already checked in my bag for my flight, and I was walking around here with just my carry-on, videoing this. There are other people with all of their luggage in this area, coming and going. And there are a lot of locals who come here. I can understand it. If you're a university student, let's say you're an exchange student, and you come to school here, and you want a little bit of a diversion rather than just being in your small little room or whatever you have at your dorm. You come here to the airport, set up your computer on a park bench or on a table somewhere, and lose yourself in your assignments, knock yourself out. It is really pretty here. It is really unique. This, I keep reminding myself, is an airport? I'm asking, is this really an airport? And the answer is yes, it is. This is an airport. And to be able to see something like this is kind of cool. I have to admit, it sure helps pass the time between flights if you've got a layover. The downside is if you're here at 11 at night, midnight, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the morning, this shuts down. They shut this down at 10 o'clock at night. They turn the lights off, they turn the water off, and it's dark. And so you really only get to enjoy it during the, let's say, the prime hours of the day, maybe 6, 7 in the morning until about 10 at night. But still, you can really photograph this and video this from a ton of angles. And I did the best I could with what I had with my iPhone to, again, give the experience of what it would be like if you came here in person on your own. This is how you would see it, again, depending on where you're standing in this area. To prove to you I was there, I was on this walkway, and I thought I should take a selfie of myself just to prove to the world that I really was here, because all you're doing is looking at video. But I thought, do you really want to bore everybody with a picture of you? So I'll give you a selfie. I was there, and I videoed myself. This transit thing here, pretty cool. I thought I'm gonna do the old, what's it called, Rick Burns effect, to give you a sort of a zoom in and a zoom out shot. I want you to pay attention to all the little things in this photo. Look at the people on the bottom. Look at the shopping mall on the top right. You can see that's the shopping area up there. 5 stories, 6 stories up, and we're not talking 10 feet per floor. We're talking 50, 60, 80, 100 feet up. This is a complex place. And you can stand here for an hour and just take stuff in. It's unbelievable. Very, very cool. This here is an image of the outside where people drop you off at those doors. So if you have a friend of yours that can take you here, or you get off a cab, you come out, you walk into this little walkway here where these people are walking along with their bags, and then you turn around, and behind you is this shopping mall, and there's the fountain in the one area of this airport. The only way you know this is an airport is with the people walking with suitcases. Otherwise, you'd swear that this is just some shopping mall in a downtown area somewhere, and there's no way that this is an airport. Honestly, this is the airport. There's your Apple Store, by the way. Some folks have to go to a nice area of downtown where they live, or a swanky shopping mall to find their Apple Store. Not here in Singapore. You just go to the airport. The Apple Store is at the airport, and you can take mass transit there and back. I caught this ad. It was a poster, all day unlimited meat. I thought, Monday to Thursday, boy, you'd want to come here. 90 minutes free flow, all you can eat meat. Oh man, what a deal. You don't see ads like that in North America per se. Look at this terminal area here. Does your airport have a Louis Vuitton and a Coach store and Tiffany's and all the high-end retailers where you go for a flight? This is something else. Absolutely amazing. Duty free is promoted everywhere, and perfumes everywhere. All the high-end shoes and purses and handbags, clothing, you name it. It's unbelievable. Of course, the world travels through here, so it makes sense that these retailers would be in this locale. It's a tourist attraction. Not to mislead you, but the airport is huge, and you want to get to your gate. You may end up in one of the terminals like I did, where I was headed to Dubai. I was able to enjoy the Emirates lounge because I was flying business class. But then you walk on these moving sidewalks to get to your gate, and here's where you see where most of the passengers of Singapore departure hang out. It's in the economy section. I was fortunate enough to be in the lounge, and I just had to go through here to get to my gate and basically get on my plane, and off we went. I enjoyed my visit to Singapore. I found it fascinating. I've always wanted to go. I've always been curious what it would be like. I enjoyed a lot of aspects of Singapore. I was slightly disappointed by other aspects of Singapore, but all in all, it was a fun trip. At the end of this long walk, I had this waiting for me here. I went on an A380 double-decker airplane. The upper level was all business class, and there was my seat waiting for me. What a treat this was. You ever get a chance to fly business class on Emirates, you grab it. Thank you for joining me. Join me for part 12. I'm going to start my Dubai series. I'll let you know what I think about the Dubai experience. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for the thumbs ups. We'll see you next time, everybody. Bye for now.